Lightsabers! We all want one, and we're disappointed science hasn't given them to us yet. Even though we all know that if they were created, everyone on this planet would be missing multiple limbs, most likely through self-inflicted but accidental amputations. Hey Padawans and Acolytes, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you're here to take a look at these legendary weapons and dive into some of the canon facts about them. Yes, we're going to be talking canon. Legends, or the former expanded universe, has a different explanation for much of what I'm going to discuss here. We all know that lightsabers are the preferred weapon of Jedi and Sith. And those of us slightly geekier fans know the plasma blades are produced by channeling energy through a Kyber crystal. These weapons require a level of skill that can only be gained through extensive training that is substantially improved when wielded by a Jedi or Sith. Lightsabers can cut through flesh and metal while deflecting blaster shots back at assailants, making them both offensive and defensive weapons. Preventing damage from a lightsaber can only be achieved through a material that conducts energy or a rare metal such as Beskar or another lightsaber. The lightsaber's original function was to put an end to hostilities, as they were designed to do no more damage than the wielder chose. In the event death was considered essential, the blade could eliminate foes quickly. Now the Jedi obeyed these rules, but the Sith preferred to use their lightsabers to inflict agony. But what about the color of the blades? We all understand that Sith sabers are red and Jedi sabers are typically blue or green. There are other colors, and we'll get into that in a bit. Originally, George Lucas defined the blades to be only one of two colors, blue for good guys and red for bad guys. While filming Return of the Jedi, Luke's blade was changed from blue to green to make it stand out during exterior shots on Tatooine, and to help highlight this was not his original lightsaber. Interesting fact, the color was changed late in production, which is why the early movie trailer and movie poster show a blue blade. And at the heart of a lightsaber is a Kyber crystal. What makes Kyber special is they are living crystals so attuned to the Force, they physically resonate with its power. And it's through this vibration the crystals call out to Jedi, and the Force actually guides them to the specific Kyber that pairs with them. We see this in the Clone Wars episode The Gathering. As part of their training, Jedi younglings travel to the Crystal Cave on Ilum to find their own Kyber crystal to use in construction of their lightsabers. Interestingly, Ilum is the planet the First Order converted into Starkiller Base. The Empire performed extensive Kyber mining operations on the planet to harvest enough crystals for use in various super weapons. For millennia, the Jedi collected these crystals and used them to decorate their temples. The Temple of the Kyber on Jeddah featured over 2,300 Kyber sculptures, each carved with lightsabers, before the Empire plundered all the crystals and destroyed it while testing the first Death Star's super laser. Kyber crystals themselves are colorless, so there's not a natural hue in the crystal to determine the blade color. When Kyber bonds with a Force user, it takes on a color based on that Force user's power. So in most cases they turn green or blue, but sometimes they become a different color. Should a crystal later bond with a different Force user, it will change its color based on the new Force user's powers. We saw this happen in the final season of the Clone Wars with Ahsoka's sabers. She handed over her green and greenish-yellow bladed sabers to Anakin, and when he returned them to her before the Siege of Mandalore, both blades had turned blue. Kyber will never bond with a dark side user. Sith have to torture the crystals through a process called bleeding. Basically, they pour their hate, rage, fear, and pain into the crystal, their unnatural power turning the crystal red. Now there's a comic in canon that shows how Vader bled his Sith crystal with Palpatine's guidance. I made a short video about that, and I'll drop a link to it in the description below if you're interested. Kylo Ren fractured his crystal while bleeding it, creating his signature crossguard configuration due to the need to vent the energy from the broken crystal. And just as crystals can be bled, they can also be healed through the Force. This process results in a white blade. In Rebels and The Mandalorian, Ahsoka's blades are white. She healed crystals that used to belong to the sixth brother and put them in her lightsabers. So now that we know how a blade gets its color, let's talk about what the colors mean. Starting with the most common, blue symbolizes justice and courage, showing the user has a strong spiritual resonance with their crystal. This color was carried by Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, Ki-Adi Mundi, and Plo Koon. And I know I said we would be talking canon here, But it's fun to point out that Revan's Jedi lightsaber before he became a Sith was blue. The second most popular color is green, which symbolizes peace, helpfulness, teamwork, spirituality, and compassion. Senior Jedi such as Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn, and after finishing his training, Luke Skywalker all carried green lightsabers. And again, while not canon, it's fun to note that Revan's lightsaber after he turned back to the light side was green. Now we come to purple. This is a unique color. It was in fact a special request made by Samuel L. Jackson for his character Mace Windu, so in canon there's not presently an actual meaning. Yellow blades are used almost exclusively by Jedi Temple guards. It's not known if it's something about those chosen to be guards or whether their double-bladed pikes are custom made to convey their position. Two exceptions to the Temple Guard's yellow lightsaber exclusivity are Asajj Ventress and Rey. Orange is a relatively recent addition to the canon lightsaber world when it was introduced in Jedi Fallen Order. The color was a pre-order incentive for the game, so there's presently no backstory for it. We spoke about white blades earlier and how they are healed crystals that were once bled by a Sith. They do, however, signify the purity they currently possess. And red is iconic. Nothing more than Sith needs to be mentioned here. And while the process of bleeding a crystal is abhorrent, you can't deny how freaking cool the whole concept is. Or is it just me? Am I a bad person? And that brings us to the final color, a unique lightsaber with a black blade, the Darksaber. There's not a lot of information on why the Darksaber is the way it is. Tar Vizsla, the first Mandalorian accepted into the Jedi Order, constructed it at least 1,000 years before the Clone Wars. There must be something extraordinary about him or his connection to the Force that has yet to be revealed for him to have produced such a unique lightsaber. And that's why lightsaber blades are various colors. But the important question is, what color would your lightsaber blade be? Comment below with your color and why. I'm excited and scared to admit that mine would probably be red. I hope you learned something here, and if you liked it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow and lets me know what types of videos you would like to see in the future. As always, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.